What is up, guys? This is Andrew from Predenting.com. In this video, you're going to learn how a PBL interview works. So first of all, we're going to start with explaining what a PBL interview is. We're going to go into what to expect, how to perform well, and lastly, I'm going to give you guys a real PBL scenario to kind of see how they work. So first of all, a PBL interview works by getting a group of interviewees, so probably 4 to 6 interviewees, throwing them in a room and asking them a question, giving them a scenario. And then there's going to be 1 or 2 interviewers who are going to sit in the back of the room. They're not going to speak, they're not going to answer questions, they're not going to talk to you. They're simply going to see how your group works together. They're going to be taking notes on how do you work with a team, who's being too overly dominant and assertive, and who works well with the team, who's being too shy. So you'll be given 10 minutes typically to answer this question, to work out a solution to the problem, and then you'll often be given a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, to present your findings as a group to the interviewer proctors. And then after that, it's over. So to perform well on a PBL interview, there's a few things you can do. First of all, I would recommend being a leader, right? But don't be too overbearing. Be a leader in the sense that you're facilitating discussions. You're asking questions to the other people in your group as to what they're good at so you can assign roles and responsibilities. For example, you can ask Susan, do you have neat handwriting? Can you write our notes or make a presentation on this scrap piece of paper when we'll present it? Or you could ask Joe to keep track of time because he has a watch on his wrist. If you have a watch, I recommend you keep track of time because there often won't be a clock, or maybe people are just too caught up in the scenario to actually keep track of time. And then before you know it, time's up. It'll be impressive if you can say to your team, hey guys, we only have 3 minutes left. We need to start putting stuff down on paper and thinking about who's going to present what to the proctors. So that's what I recommend. And the proctors in the interview aren't necessarily looking for who can come up with the right answer. The questions and scenarios and problems that you'll be given are often way too complex and out of your scope of knowledge to actually answer. You won't actually get the right answer, and that's not what they're looking for. They're not looking for, ooh, who knew the medical term for this diagnosis, or who knew the dental term for that. Instead, what they're looking for is how do you work with the team? How do you facilitate discussion? Can you work with the team? Can you communicate effectively? And can you not be too overly dominant, assertive? Can you speak confidently? Are you too shy? And that kind of stuff. So don't think they're just going for who has the right answer. They're absolutely not. That's not what they're going for. So lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a PBL interview question that could be asked. So the question is, a passenger cruise ship has been getting plagued by a mysterious illness. Over 500 passengers have been displaying symptoms including vomiting, sore muscles, diarrhea, and a fever at 103 degrees. Hypothesize what the problem is and how to solve it. Present your findings to your interviewers. So remember, they're not looking for who has the right answer. They're hoping each of you can contribute a little bit of knowledge that you guys have from your unique experiences in life to get somewhat closer to solving the problem. By no means are they looking for that right answer. They don't expect you to come up with an actual diagnosis, and that's the trick. The trick is they don't want someone who thinks that they know everything in the world. They just want each person to contribute a little bit to hopefully get closer to solving the overall problem. And as long as you guys can come up with an answer that's decent and articulate your ideas and why you came up with those hypotheses or diagnoses or whatever that is, and see that each member is working with each other, you're drawing knowledge from each member of the team, your team has succeeded. A couple things not to do. 1, don't get off topic. And 2, don't start talking about your resume or think that talking about your experiences and tying in certain activities that you did or stuff on your resume is going to be impressive. It's going to look weird. It's not the right place. It's not the right time. And it's not going to go over well with the interviewers because that's not what they're looking for. They're looking to see how you interact with a team. There might be an interview later, and that's the time that you should talk about your experiences and activities and your resume if you want on that one-on-one or two-on-one interview, not during the PBL scenario. I hope this video helped. If it did, give it a like and also subscribe so you get our content. We always try to put out valuable content that you pre-dentalists want us to. So that's what we're aimed at. And make sure to subscribe so that you get that content as soon as it's out. Thanks for watching.